Hello my friends, I'm Regina. Welcome to my channel. This is my little mini journal, kind of a little junk journal, I guess you could call it, that I made. That's the back, that's the front, and for the cover I used like book pages from this book that I read that I didn't really care about reading it again, so I'm using the book pages. And so on the little spine I put like a little piece of masking tape, because I'm kind of playing around using to see how I like using masking tape. I've got plenty of this is the 1-inch. I got this whole roll of 1-inch masking tape from Walmart for $1.97. So I want to kind of play with it in my journals and see how I like using the masking tape. And I thought it kind of goes kind of cool to go with this kind of style of journal. So I've got that little piece there on the spine. It adds extra, kind of extra, reinforcement sturdiness there to the spine. I thought it looked cute too. And I could always put a piece of pretty washi tape over that if I wanted to. So there's my book page, and then my girl sticker that I got. I got several different packs of girl stickers from Temu. And yeah, I miss Temu, getting our good deals from Temu. We'll have to see how that all plays out, that situation. So, okay, on the first page, I got another little, the Temu paper. And so I'll probably add a little something over here. I hadn't decided quite yet, but this is my focal point on this side. And I put some masking tape there and on the other end there. And I thought it looked kind of cute. You don't really notice it that much, but I kind of like it in this style journal. So yeah, this is like a piece of, I folded this. It was the Temu paper. I folded it and scored it. Well, I folded this up, and then that made a pocket. Folded it up and then glued it right there, and then that made a pocket. Because it was like this style here of the Temu paper. It was very muted, just like that. So, that you can fold it. And so that's where, I fold it up right there to make, the pocket there. Okay. So, yeah, this came very bland, and I colored it in with my colored pencils there. I thought it looked cute. I added the color. And I like that lilac, light purple flower, and I added like the green, colored in the green. Okay, so yes, I got my little pockets here. So there's a Temu sticker there. That, I could glue that, stick that down there if I wanted to. I hadn't quite decided yet what else I'm going to do. And I had fussy cut out this. I could either leave it in there for some ephemera, or I could glue that down, and put that cute little Temu sticker there with the rabbit. And that's the little purple flower there. So I might glue that down and then put the little rabbit sticker there. That may be cute. So I haven't quite decided. I may do that. So yeah, all these colors kind of blends in with that. And then on the back, so that was very bland and muted, so I colored that in, gave that some color with my colored pencils. And then, I may do like a little something, add a little something there with maybe like a little sentiment, but not, so it would have to be something small to not take away from my focal point there. Okay, so, okay. So this one, I cut my little strips of paper, a little strip of the book page, and then a strip of the, the inside of the junk mail that's so cute that we can use. So I got those, and then the little butterfly or dragonfly. I think it's a butterfly. So that is, kind of like a little mini collage there. And this butterfly came from, the Dollar Tree has that large sheet of stickers, like the wall stickers, the wall art stickers, for like $1.25. It's front and back full of beautiful different shapes of blue butterflies. I really like those. Using those in my journals and my projects. So on this side, I colored in with my colored pencils. I drew a flower, kind of going in with that bluish theme, blue and purple, and then a butterfly. So I drew those and colored those in with my colored pencils. Oh, and then I left some pockets. I left some of these open, so if I want to use them for pockets. Some are top pockets and some are side pockets, like this one. Okay, let's see. So then I might add just a little something over here. This one I took some, I think this was Amazon packing paper, I tore me off a piece of that. And then a piece of the book page. So glued that on top, and then I added like a little Temu sticker there. And yeah, the book page, I mean the little Amazon packing paper that I love. Yeah, that I left this to where I have not glued it down yet because I've not decided. I could tear it off or kind of glue that down and then add a little something there, you know, over it. So this was one signature here. It's 3 signatures total. I just used like the copy paper. So that's the first signature. I glued down the front of this signature down to the inside of that, you know, the book page thing. And then there's the second signature starts here. So that's, once again, I'm using my masking tape that I'm playing with. You can either use washi tape. I have a lot of pretty washi tape, but I wanted to try this masking tape. Okay, so I put 3 strips, and I could have only put 1 because it's so secure to glue down there and over here that, you know, I could have just put 1. And I could always cover over that if I want to. So I haven't finished with this page here yet. Okay, so here I used like a junk mail envelope, the little window there. So, and then on the inside of it, I drew and colored in with, I think that's my watercolor pencils there, a rose. So yeah, I thought that was fun. Okay, so the back side of that is more little strip of book page, more little strip of the inside of the junk mail, kind of collage effect, and then on just a piece of copy paper, I was just, you know, doing some different doodles and stuff. So I got a lily there, and I colored that in with my color pencils. And I just wrote me out, you know, we don't have to buy the sentiments, we can write them out ourselves. I wrote that out in pencil and then cut it out, so glued that in there you know, with my collage. So over here, you know, just put that little vine there, because this is my focal over here, so I don't want much on that side. Okay, so, and then if I wanted to, I could always write or journal over there if I want to. Okay, so on this one, playing again with the masking tape. So yeah, I think I'm liking the masking tape. So yeah, could either put, you know, some pretty washi tape down there, or, you know, in this case, I kind of like the washi tape in this little journal. So I, you know, drew me out a rose and colored it in with my color pencils, and I'm not quite for sure what I'll do over there. Maybe just a little something over there, or just leave it blank for writing space if you want to. Journal space, okay. Okay, drew another pretty yellow butterfly, colored that in with my color pencils. And yeah, I love seeing the butterflies fluttering around in my yard. Love butterflies. This is the season for our pretty butterflies. And I've got some lilies that are blooming outside too. So there's a lily. I drew that on the inside. Tore out a piece of the inside of the junk mail envelope, drew the lily on it. Colored it in, color pencils, and then there's a strip of book. Tore out a little strip of book page there. Okay, so I'm probably done with that. If I want, you know, some writing space if I want to write or journal there. Okay, what have I done? And then left a little space there if I want to use that for a pocket. So there's where the third signature starts. See, I've got the 3 strips of masking tape again for the third one. And then the other end of this one is glued down, you know, for the back side is glued down to the cover. So yeah, no sewing, so I'm practicing with this, just using glue and masking tape. So this one, so that's a Temu paper that came out of this little booklet here from Temu. They're cute, but they're bland. They're very bland. Like a lot of papers are in that little booklet. Yeah, I miss our Temu deals that we were getting. Okay, so I added color. I did the little border, and then I added like some yellow there, put some little color there, and then the flowers. So I haven't decided, am I going to glue this down, or am I going to put a tear me off a tiny little strip of masking tape there, to where, you know, I could, the masking tape, I could put that on each side and then have, you know, put something else there. So haven't quite decided. I'll show y'all later when I fully finish this one. Okay, so I've got that one. Yeah, I think that's so pretty and romantic with the love, the little artist. She's drawing out the word love there. Okay, and then this is another one of those sheets that came out of the little Temu book. And I added lots of color. I added color to that. And so, yeah, I haven't decided exactly if I'm going to glue that down like that or, use the little washi tape or the masking tape there. So, yeah, I was thinking about I'll probably use that one on this page. And then another sheet that came out of that same little Temu book. Yeah, this is not quite as striking, so I may put something over here. Like, draw me out a rose like this one. Maybe something like that one. Over here, not quite that big, but that may be pretty over here. So, yeah, I can do that. I'll do that later. Yeah, this is fun to do these. And then this one, so that leaves the final page, so I can decide what I'm going to do there. And I just kind of stuck this in here. May use this in here, I'm not for sure. So this was just a piece of copy paper, printer paper, that I just tore me off a piece of that and folded it. And drew me a 4-leaf clover, colored it in, colored pencils, put a tiny little cute little Temu sticker there. So, okay, so that's what I've got so far in here. Alrighty. Well, I thank you so much for watching, my friends, and I just so very much appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you have just a very fun and fabulous day, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, friends.